Hey, Matt Man's back with a question. When can I cash in all these copper pennies I've collected doing coin roll hunting? I could always take them to the bank and get a penny a piece for them, but that's not why we segregate them out. We do it because there's more than 1 cent's worth of copper in each of these pennies. At current red brass price, each of these pennies is worth about 1.7 cents. In a previous video that I will have linked to the end of this video, I determined that the price of red brass was the best basis for determining the value of these coins. 95% copper and 5% zinc is red brass. The best red brass, but brass just the same. At 1.7 cents per penny, these coins are worth saving. So as it stands today, it's illegal to sell this currency for more than its face value. It's okay to melt it and use it in art or in industry as long as your cost is the penny, but you can't profit from exchanging it. So what needs to happen in order for that to change? Well, I think 3 things need to happen. The first thing is that market forces needs to drive the price of copper up. So that can happen one of 2 ways. The supply could go down or the demand could go up. Supplies could be affected by a number of factors. Political events like revolutions or wars or sanctions can contribute to the distribution of copper around the world. Natural disasters like earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, they can all contribute to a lessening of supply. Or mines could simply play out. It's expensive to open up new mines. The returns need to justify the cost. The demand side could also affect the cost of copper. If there is a sudden increase in demand due to a new alternative energy process or any other reason that might demand more copper, it would go up. So once the price of copper goes up and becomes relatively scarce, industry will demand that Congress allow access to this massive store of copper pennies that have been hoarded around the country. I think the event will happen much like in 1968 when Congress passed legislation removing all the 90% silver coin from circulation. The government tried to collect the coins up for a while. I even remember as a child seeing public service announcements featuring Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop, a woman with a puppet, who encouraged people to do the patriotic thing and turn in their silver coin. Well, people didn't listen to that because silver was worth more than the coin itself, so they kept it. So once Congress gets its act together, pun intended, the last major issue will be the actual logistics of cashing it in. In my previous video, I surmised that the best place to bring this copper would be to the scrapyard. They're set up to receive non-precious metals. But there would have to be some sort of check on it. Zinc pennies would be mixed in and people would cheat. So there would have to be some way of checking the coins as you're cashing them in. So I see something along the lines of a Coinstar machine where you show up with your 100 pounds of pennies or whatever and stand there and feed them in, and the ones it doesn't like it'll reject, and then it would spit you out a voucher of some kind. Those are the 3 things I think need to happen before we're going to be allowed to cash these pennies in. Now, once everything is set up and we start cashing them in, I think 2 things are going to happen. First, they're going to create a new category of red brass, probably called coin brass, since this is the best of red brass. That class would have a higher price than the normal red brass price. On the flip side, I think that once we start cashing in all these things, the supply will go up and the price will come down probably just for a little while as the adjustments are made. So the early birds will probably get the best price, and then the rest of us would probably have to wait until it recovered. So just some stuff to keep in mind. Eventually, I do think all of this will happen, and we will be able to cash them in. It's just a matter of when. It may be next year. It may be we have to leave them to our kids. Who knows? With that being said, until the next time, Matt Man's out. If you're getting any value at all out of this, please subscribe. Hit that like button. Share it with your friends. And hit that notification bell. Thank you very much.